everybody, and welcome. You are here at Loretta on Live TV. I am so excited that each and every one of you could actually join me. I'm going to turn down the music a little bit. This is a live taping, so I'm very excited to be here and be a part of my first my first live. And so, what I really would like to really discuss, and I'm going to get down to it, it's only going to take me maybe about really a good anywhere between 5 to 15 minutes to talk about this, is the economy, your business, and money mindset. And the thing that's happening now, as you guys see, is yes, we are in a form of a recession. And what that means is you can actually see it in the world. You're talking about inflation. I mean, the cost of living has gone up sky high. And to be honest with you, we just totally need to do something about that. Each and every one of you need to really look at what's going on in the economy today, because the only way that things can change in your life is if you want it to change. And what I mean by that is, if you really want it to change, one of the best things to do is to first, of course, you have to look at what's going on up here. And what I mean by that is what's going on in the psyche, what's going on in the mindset. Business is very important, and it's very critical to each and every household. And if we don't take hold of our lives and stop letting people run it for us, that means that it's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. It's nothing wrong with working part time. But if we don't add something to our lives, we are going to be stuck. We will be stuck. And I don't think you understand what that means. In 2008, I was stuck. Okay. We went through a recession. Actually, it was late 2007 and early 2008. I lost my business. I had to move back home with my parents. You know how at that time, I was very embarrassed. My parents were very supportive in what I was doing, and they were always there to help support me in any way possible, that any way I needed for my business. However, um, I had a fitness business at that time. Okay, I was working in a fitness studio, and I had my own clients, and I had about 15 women, and I was making a nice chunk of change at that time. So I was making anywhere between the low end at that time, $5,000, and the high end about 75,000 each month for almost a good what was it, 10 years. I didn't take care of my business like I should have. However, I thought I did, in a way of speaking, because a lot of the funding that I was getting was going towards equipment and going towards promotions and things like that. However, I was a little careless with my spending. I mean, I lived on my own. I mean, I was doing great, single, just having a ball, and I was in my mid to late 20s. Now, when the market crashed in 2008, um, or before then, actually, a couple of months before that, in 2007, that's when my clientele started to go down, because a lot of my clientele started losing their jobs. And also, they were hoarding their money, and they were like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Well, that put me in a bind because I didn't prepare myself. Okay. I didn't prepare myself to, I didn't foresee what was happening. I didn't understand a recession. I didn't ask any questions either. I was just in my own world, in my own business world, I guess. And so I lost everything. I lost my wonderful apartment that I had for 6 years. I lost my car. I lost my bank account. I lost everything. And when I moved back home, I felt so defeated. And I thought about it. I thought about it long and hard. Why did this happen to me? What was going on in me that made this happen? Well, of course, looking back, and as the years went by, of course, I knew what happened. But the thing is, my mindset was totally different back then than it is now. However, I did know the tools that could help change the trajectory of what was happening. But I didn't put everything together. Okay. So I had to learn from scratch. I had to go back to the basics, go all the way back to the basics. And what I mean by that is it took me about 5 years to get out of the total mindset I had at that time. And that meant there's three principles that I live by. And the three principles, I mean, significant principles that I live by. And that's it. That is health, love, and wealth. And that means that in order to be successful in this thing called life, is that you need those basic essentials. Okay. You need to have love in your life. That means self love. You need to have health in your life. That means really taking care of your business, taking care of you inside out, and also to display that to others. And also the wealth aspect. And I don't just mean your financials. I really mean like wealth, like your mindset as well. So if you have an unhealthy lifestyle, that means the unhealthy love relationship with yourself, unhealthy health relationship with yourself, and then unhealthy wealth, then you're not going to make it. Even if one out of the three is out of whack, there's always going to be an imbalance. But when you totally balance them together, then you'll better understand life, and you'll better understand which way you need to go in order to make it in this thing called life. Life is a game, and I learned that a long time ago. However, I didn't know how strong it would be in my life. Okay. So life is a game. You have to learn how to play it, how to play it strategically. And in order to get that, again, the mindset is going to connect you to bigger and better things. Okay. You have to improve your mindset. So I'm going off the whim right now because there's just so much that is happening in this world right here right now, and especially here in the United States, that is kind of put just made me a little, a little upset. But however, and that's why I'm so passionate about this, because there's ways to continue to build your success or even start from scratch. You just have to make sure that you focus on the main thing. And the main thing is keeping you insane, your own self insane, okay? And making sure that you take care of yourself and you take care of your loved ones, okay? Um what else could I talk about? Again, with the mindset in business is very, very important. I mean, it is important. First and foremost, talk about the love aspect, right? We're talking about the love aspect. So we have, again, self love. And that doesn't mean um, conceit or it just me, because this world has a misconception about self love most of the time. And that more so means that it thinks about a lot of people in this society think about themselves only, and you cannot do that in order to be successful. Okay, you have to figure out what is it that you want to convey to the world, and how are you really going to strategize that? How are you going to strategize that to the maximum, so you can make sure that you are doing everything that you need to in order to be successful? Okay, so there are parts of things in your life to whereas you can get some type of success. Okay, maybe monetary, health even. However, if you don't have the connected three together, well, then there's always going to be some type of imbalance. So loving yourself, you have to take care of yourself. That means that you have to take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I think I said, wait, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and of course financially. Give yourself love, give yourself true love. What is it that you want to convey to the world? And I actually talk about some of these things anyway with building your brand. You're building your brand here, so this is your temple, this is it here. How can I truly build my brand in this economy, in this crazy economy? And it got to start with building you, building you, building you. Okay, the next thing is health. Oh my goodness. I struggled with my health for about 5 years. Okay, I can go over that. Okay, around 2016, 2017, I was getting ready for a fitness competition. I was, I had a 4 or 5 year hiatus, and actually, that's when I was going through my money mindset challenge. After the recession, and I was getting myself together, and a lot of other things, personal things happened, throughout that time. And so I was getting myself finally ready to compete, and I was working out, and I looked absolutely fantastic. And I was dating at that time too. And so what ended up happening to me, okay, was that I let myself, things around me, distract me from my goals. And I didn't keep my goals intact, my goals the main thing. All right. And so what ended up happening was, when I was in the relationship, I was happy, go lucky. I was working out. That person was working out. We were doing a lot of things together. However, um, when I fell short of financial backing for a certain company, well, that particular person kind of ran away. And so I figured out, wow, okay, all he saw was money. And so that detoured me as well. And I said, you know what? I'm so tired that I just went ahead and started eating everything. Let me tell you guys something. I gained 100 pounds, 100 pounds. I was 200, maybe even almost 260 pounds, and some people didn't even recognize me. They said, oh my gosh, you went from a fitness giant, a fitness professional, because I was already competing, and I've been in the fitness industry for 20 20 years at that time. Maybe 15, 20 years at that. No, I was 20 years at that time. And so I got in really young. And so for me, I didn't really even see myself that way. I wasn't even looking at myself. I just didn't know what was wrong with me, and what was it that was wrong with me? And I figured out there was nothing wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with me. So I'm just saying that there's nothing wrong with you either. You just have to pick up the pieces and start all over again. And there's nothing wrong with starting all over again. So getting that part together is just something that you just need to do. So with my health aspect, it took me 5 years to really see myself self-worth. And that's what I did. So I started working out again. I started watching my food intake, and I started looking at myself in the mirror and saying, Loretta, I love you. I love you, Loretta. I love you. I love the top of your head to the soles of your feet. You are magnificent. I started doing affirmations, and I started giving thanks. Giving thanks is one of the magnets of honing your success. Okay, giving thanks for every single thing that's happening. Okay, because we got to get clear. We got to get truly clear about what's going on in your world, in your life, and in order for you to get through this recession that's happening. And also, I'm saying that I'm not. Let me see. How should I say this? I'm saying recession, but in my mindset, technically, I don't believe that I'm having a recession. And you shouldn't either. Yes, you look at what's going on in the world, but that's fine. But knowing your heart, that you know that you know that you know that you are making it through, have that positive impact in your mind, body, and spirit, knowing that you and your family are gonna get through. So you give thanks to everything and everybody, every situation that you've gone through, every situation that you're going through, and where you're headed. Those are the things that's going to be really crucial in your impact to success. Okay. So I started working out when the pandemic happened. Okay. It was a sad time, of course. However, I was 200, over 250 pounds. I have a twin sister. Some of you may know that. And then, of course, others may not. But she encouraged me to teach. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to teach anymore. People don't pay me any attention. Oh my gosh, I just don't want to teach. But what I did was I went on Facebook and I actually started teaching classes because everything was shut down here in Los Angeles. All the gyms and just everything was shut down. And so I made an announcement that I was going to teach a class or two. Well, I ended up teaching 5 days out of the week. And let me tell you, because I did that for a good maybe 6 months, I did that for about a year. With just moving around, moving my body, actually I taught a dance fitness class. My background is dance and choreography, stage, and all that good stuff too. So what I did was, my sisters encouraged me to. They were, as I was teaching, some days they would be on the sidelines and they would, take the classes too. And I lost about let me see, 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds that first 8 weeks. And then I lost an additional 20. So I lost about 50 pounds. So I was just so happy and so excited. I was also working at that time. I was working at a health company, and I was doing marketing promotions, and it was a great experience, and I cannot knock them for that. I was there for almost 4 years, so my mindset started changing. So when my body started changing, okay, when you start changing your life to make it better, to improve yourself, there are people, places, and circumstances that no longer serve you will be moved, whether you trying to do it yourself or whether you're not. So what ended up happening was I started to gain more confidence in myself, especially in my outer my outer self, and it really made me think about where I was and how I was moving in the world. Okay. That's when I also started getting back into doing speaking engagements, and gosh, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here. Why am I here? Why am I here? I'm doing very well with my speaking. I'm doing very well with my fitness classes. Why am I here? I did stay about another 6 months, but they knew that I was ready to go. They saw it in my face. They saw it in my energy. I'm ready to move on and continue to improve my business goals. And so I left early last year, and let me tell you, it seemed like as soon as I left, oh my gosh. As soon as I left, just the door swung open for my good. So let me tell you something. Again, let's get clear. Let's get clear. You need to get clear about what you need, what you want in your life. How do you see yourself in the next month? How do you see yourself in the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months? I said this in one of um my other episodes as well. So you got to sit down with yourself and really figure out exactly what you want to do. Maybe sometimes we don't know exactly what to do, especially in 2008 when I went through all the things that I went through and I lost my business and my fitness business. I had a fitness I was doing boot camps. I had a fitness apparel business, and also I was starting a supplement business too. And so when I lost all that, I lost I had zero clients. you know. And then also there were some other tragedies that actually were devastating in my life too. And I said, okay, I need to understand what's happening to me. I don't understand what's happening to me, you know. And but I do give thanks of being here. I'm grateful that I'm here, and I'm grateful. I just had to constantly keep saying it, even though I may not have believed it at the time, but I knew that giving thanks, being grateful, just being grateful really helps with building your psyche, with helping with your consciousness, okay, and your what is called your subconscious mind. And what that does is it flips the negative thinking. It really helps to flip it to more of a positive, a guaranteed, you know, stern statement that you can believe in over a period of time. And so that's what I started doing. However, I was stripped of who I was before for 5 years. 5 years. However, I had my family and friends I met along the way that really, really, really was in my corner. And that's how I was able to finish writing my book. I wrote my first book, and it's called Synergy, a Book of Miracles: How to Find True Happiness Through the Elements of Fitness. You can find it also on Amazon. I wrote the book because I heard just a little voice. I was in my zone. Um, my parents bought me a car because I didn't have a car either. I didn't have anything anymore. They bought me a car. I drove it around, and I went to a park, and I sat there, and I, you know, and I started meditating. I was crying, and I meditated. I was like, I don't know what's happening in my life. What's happening to me? And I sat there and I was quiet. And then what I heard was, write a book. Right. Well, at first, right. And I was like, right what? I'm sitting there like, right what? And then I didn't understand for the next, maybe the next week or two. And then I finally said, oh my gosh, write a book. I've been wanting to write a book for forever. So it took me a while because, you know, the internet, social media was just really starting out. So what I did was, I still looked up certain things on social media, but also I also went to the library to see if I could find some things. And so to sum it all up, let me tell you. Again, it took. I just started writing until just people, places, and circumstances, events started to mag magnetize, or start to I started to become attracted to what I was doing. And I and the people that I met, the information that I found was just coming like that. And let me tell you, in 2010, my life changed again. Okay, 2 years later, I found a publishing. I've actually created my own publishing house. Okay, called Synergy. Actually, I changed the name now. It's called Synergy Media Group. And so I created my own publishing house. I created my own book myself. I had some great friends that were my proofreaders, my family. You know, they were they were there. They, you know, they saw that what I was doing, and they were like, yes. And so they really helped me with that. I mean, and I published my book, and that's when I really started really talking about this thing called mindset. Okay, and how to really magnetize the things that you truly want in your life. It may take some time. However, you really focus on keeping the main thing, it will manifest itself. Okay. Also, I kind of went backwards, but I do want to go back forward. And I was talking about health. Okay. Um, yeah. So during the pandemic, I lost that weight, and I was still motivated, and and then things that were in my life at that time were no longer. There were a lot of things, situations, people that no longer suited who I was becoming, and so they all drifted away, and however, oh my gosh, let me tell you, I made one two I made truly. Now, back in the day, I was doing very good with my fitness business. However, this was my first time. My company actually made its first six figures in 2020. Okay. And then last year in 2021. And this year I'm doing really good as well. So it keeps increasing over and over again. And I'm very grateful for that. And actually my multiple businesses have been really striving. I mean, as soon as I left that job, it was like shoo, like boom, 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 boom. I started getting clients. I created a business platform, and that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, I created this a couple of years ago. However, I just started to film. When was it? In 2020. If you go back, you'll see a couple of my commercials about some of the summits that I was actually speaking at and actually teaching for. So anyway, just take a sneak peek. It's only about a good 30 seconds of my commercials. But anyway, I became a true consultant for business in 2020. And I mean, just the sky's the limit. I am just highly grateful. I've been really a great steward. Life has been showing me so much, and I'm just grateful for it. Let me go ahead and talk about the wealth aspect, okay? Because this is all going to equal to success. All right. So the wealth aspect, again, like I was mentioning earlier, is not just uh money. It adds up. All of it adds up. Finances is a big aspect of it, but I'm more so, the wealth aspect is more so like the lifestyle, being wealthy, within yourself, your family logistics, friends, and I'm telling you, when you start to really, again, change your mindset, change the way you think, change the way you speak, change the way you dream, then that's when things will start to happen in your life. I'm going to be really honest with you. So honest. Some of you all do know this anyway, but let me tell you, when you start really focusing on keeping the main thing, I've said this about 3 or 4 times. That means me, myself, and I. Of course, if you have family, like if you have a husband or wife and you have children, and you have other responsibilities, then of course, you take care of your responsibilities. But I'm more so talking about, if you cannot, first, you cannot take care of anyone, anyone, unless you truly take care of yourself. Okay. Stop putting yourself on the bottom of the totem pole. You cannot constantly keep putting yourself on the bottom of the totem pole. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care how many ways you think you could slice it. You cannot put yourself on the bottom of the totem pole. Okay. There has to be a balance, some way, shape, or form. So, wealth means going back to school, getting some education, taking some trainings, okay, getting a mentor. What do you really want? Okay, creating, getting that mindset to create that project, or finish that project that you said you were going to finish years ago, and you have not went back to it. Okay, wealth is the process of learning, or the process of educating yourself to take yourself to the next level. That's really what wealth is. Wealth is a sense of knowing that everything is okay. Your mind, body, and spirit is okay. And you can truly live and truly breathe. That's what I mean by that. That's what I mean by wealth. So you put self-love together. That means, again, taking care of you, self-love. Go to the spa, even. Go and watch a movie flick by yourself. Go and take some trips by yourself, maybe with a group, because sometimes, people have these friends, and they want to go places, they want to see things, and then you have these friends, oh, I'll go with you, I'll go with you. Then all of a sudden they change their mind, and it's not fair to you because you want to experience a certain lifestyle, and maybe they don't want to do it, maybe they have fear. And that's what happens a lot too. We have so much fear, and actually I'm going to end in a second. So much fear to whereas we lose ourselves. And then as we get older, like that shoulda, woulda, coulda. No, let's stop that. Let's stop that here and now. And that's where I'm going to lead you to my workshop. I'm going to actually, I am putting together a mini workshop that is really going to talk about the mindset and how to release that fear. I'm very serious. I know what I'm doing, and you guys already seen some of my work over the years, and you know that I can handle business. So I'm talking about dealing with your, not just your finances, it's just your total way of thinking. There's so many programs out there, workshops and services out there that are doing something similar to what I'm doing, but everybody's different. And I'm gonna tell you, I know how to get you to where you need to go. Let's get those six digits. Let's get those six figures, six digits. Let's get those six figures going. Your first six figures. Let's do it. Let's do it together. 2023 is coming. We are going through this uncertainty. There's so many things that I heard today that are going on, and I really don't want to get into it, but we need to know that this is not the end of the road for us. You know, there is a way. There is a way to break through, okay? And I'm telling you, I can guarantee that you work with me, there is going to be a major breakthrough, and I'm telling you, I would love to work with you. So, please look at my information down below. Actually, since this is live, I'm going to have to upload all the information, but it should be up within 24 hours. Please go to you can also go to my Facebook page at Loretta on Live TV. Also, check out my Instagram. And of course, you're on my YouTube channel. And I would love to have you in my class. It will be somewhat of it'll be a day workshop where we're going to really get some things together, and then we're going to take it to the next level. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Thank you so much for choosing Loretta on Live TV. I am a Loretta, and thank you so much. Ciao for now.